First off, I wanted to ask you, how did you find me in the first place? Like, was it through Instagram? Like,
Yeah, no,
how did
I
you even
found
find me?
you through Instagram, and I actually remember I know that you cater towards nurses, and I'm not a nurse, obviously, but I actually found you through it was like an Oatly thing. You posted something about Oatly, and it was funny, and you're like, "Oh, like, you don't even know all the chemicals in oat milk and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting because I drink oat milk all the time." So I was like, "Let me see." So I actually looked into oat milk too, and I was like, "Damn, like, Oatly's not good for you." And it's funny because I feel like permanently I don't drink Oatly anymore. Like in my house, obviously, if it's outside in a cafe, it's different. But I don't drink Oatly anymore. I found a cleaner oat milk. I drink Minor Figures now, and so that's how I found you. And it was funny. I remember going through your stuff, and then I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, I'll inquire. But I remember the first time I was like, you were like, when do you want to meet up? And I was like, I don't know, maybe later. That kind of thing. I remember initially I was like, whatever. But then when we got on the call, I was like, oh, I'm hooked. Like, I'm interested, you know? So it's cool. Like, we're both from the Bay. We both aligned with growing up. You know what I mean? We're both Vietnamese. We know like that culture of just family expectations, stuff like that, or sibling expectations too. So I think just being able to connect with you on that level, that personally, and that's quickly, I was like, "Oh, I'm interested," you know? And I think, yes, it was a little pricey up front, but I mean, if I looking back from a year now, I'm like, the investment was so worth it. I feel like a whole different person, you know? Like, I feel even though I don't know, just mindset, you know? Like, nothing can phase me anymore. I'm upset, I'm mad, like, whatever. I'm still me, you know what I mean? I'm still
Yeah,
gonna fuck shit up, I'm still gonna do great, you know? And I think that you have really helped instill that mindset, aside from just being like a weight, nutrition, kind of like metabolic reset, like my mind is reset, you know? I don't give a rat's ass about shit that used to bother me a year ago, you know?
I
You
fucking
know, it's
love that.
crazy. Yeah,
I
and then
fucking
I
love
saw
that.
your post the other day too about like it's the mindset and it's the identity piece, you know? And I was gonna ask you to forward me that too, just because I wanted to review your
I
slides.
got
But
you. Yeah.
yeah, I it is a mindset, you know, like, and I've been trying to help my boyfriend kind of adjust to that mindset too of like, you know, like shit's always gonna happen at work, whatever, you know what I mean? Life's always gonna happen. But if you show up for yourself, you can be the best version everywhere else. Like it doesn't matter, you know? It's crazy. No, it's crazy.
You sound like a different person. Like you just
No, it's a
telling me
trip.
this, like, I can tell you've transformed so much, and I'm, like, super
Yeah.
proud to even, like it's more than just the physical. The physical was, like, that initial thing, but it transforms everything about who you are, how you show up, your aura, your energy, like, it's just your
Yeah.
attitude is different, which is, like, I'm so glad that you feel amazing about.
Yeah, and it's funny, I think even talking on with us now, it's like, okay, before you would ask me questions, and I'm kinda like, I don't know," you know what I mean? I used to, like, be a little more shy, I used to be like, let me think about it," and now I'm like, I'm me, you know, like, whatever. I'm not perfect, I'm not great, but I know what I do for myself, I know that I showed up for myself, and it's like, "Oh my god, I wish I showed up for myself sooner," you know?
I love that. What did you have any hesitancy before jumping on,
I
like, joining
did, I
TVP
think,
Fit?
like well, first, I definitely was like, "I don't know if I can do it," you know? I think there was always that doubt of, like, yes, I know that someone's gonna be holding me accountable, but I still do the work. Can I show up for that work, you know? And I think, I definitely had fears, you know? I think for a long time, I could start off and do a good week, and then I would crash and burn the weekend or the next week. It just would never stuck, and I think the small little goals that you guys set up for us definitely helped, and being able to hit, what, 5,000 steps. Doing that for 2 weeks definitely helped, and then now it's like 10's like normal, you know? 10's my minimum now, thanks to you guys. I'm like, there's no non-negotiables, like, if the days that I'm not meeting 10, it's like, "Okay, it was a bad day," you know? But I also don't that stuff doesn't bother me anymore, you know? It's kind of like, if
Mm.
I don't hit it, there's tomorrow. Imma show up tomorrow and do make up for that or just do what I need to do. And so just that resiliency, you guys have definitely helped instill that in me, that nothing's perfect, you know? Because even I feel like when I was with you guys, I was like, "I'm not meeting this, I'm not meeting that." Like, it was small, minor stuff that I was like, "Oh, it's just not perfect. I'm over my macros, I'm over my calories." But it's okay, you know? Like, we're gonna bounce back tomorrow. I still had amazing results, I feel like, for giving it my all and not feeling like my all was never enough, you know? It was enough, and where I did fall short, it was like, "Hey, just be mindful of this, be mindful of that." All the adjustments, they were so minor, and it worked like clockwork, you know? It felt very seamless. Nothing ever felt like, "This is a challenge where you may fail," you know? Because it was like, "You meet me halfway, I meet you halfway, we're gonna do good shit."
Mm.
it was crazy, and I've never shown up for myself that way in a very long time, and I feel like now I'm like, "I don't give a fuck about anyone but myself," you know? Like, 'cause, I mean, if you don't fill your own cup, you're not gonna be good for your partner, you're not gonna be good for your family, your friends, work, whatever, you know?
100%. Where were you before joining Team VP Fit? Like, where were you mindset-wise, mentally, even physically? Like, where were you before
I
from that
I
place?
primarily work from home. I do go into office once a week, but I work from home mostly. I feel like routine was definitely like wake up, I do my little thing. I'm here at the computer for 8 hours, you know? I think balancing or just sticking to the computer was my life for work, you know? And then after I logged off, I'd be pissed off about something about work. I'd be upset and the whole day would be ruined. Let's order some DoorDash. You know what I mean? Let's find something that makes me feel good, which assume was food at the time, you know? A food or feeling just like I mean, even being a couch potato, watching TV, watching movies, doing nothing. That was my source of calm or like relaxation, you know? But did I feel comfortable in my own skin? Did I feel good? No. I think that even I noticed like going out and stuff, I would wear stuff that would not be comfortable, but it was like I just felt like, oh, I was always the big girl. That's my normal, you know? But after that, I feel like I don't know. I'm telling you, a complete 180 joining the program.
That's
It's just
insane.
yeah. So I think but I definitely didn't think like, okay, I started this program to lose weight. That was the ultimate goal, right? I didn't think it would be so much mental, so much emotional for sure. Yeah, the mental transformation is crazy because I feel like now stuff that used to bother me doesn't bother me anymore. I log off of work and it's like on to the next thing. I log off of work. I have a good routine now. I either take a walk or I go to the gym. And it's just been an amazing schedule to just show up for myself, to be consistent. It's not anything like even on the days where I don't feel like I don't wanna go to the gym, it's like, well, that shit's gonna make you feel better. You're gonna go. And I do feel
Yeah.
better, you know? It's just like knowing that it's like investing in myself is the best reward. I can't get enough of it for sure. I still do love to eat. I mean, I love
Yeah,
eating, you
we're
know?
foodies.
But
I hear
yeah,
you.
we love
I'm
food,
the same.
but I feel like the preparation around enjoying or indulging, it's just like it's cool, you know? Like I think I make sure if I'm gonna go out that night, I'm gonna go do a workout. I'm gonna get in it some extra steps so I can extra indulge, you know, and enjoy myself. And even clothes fit better. I've expanded my wardrobe. I get to wear stuff I want to wear, like, and it's nice. And even the confidence boost. People see me and they're like, "Oh shit, like, what did you do?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "This isn't no like, there's no GOP ones here," you know. So it's very rewarding. I feel like I'm not saying there's anything bad with GOP ones, you know, like in moderation, but it's really cool to feel like I did this shit myself, you know?
And that's what gives true confidence is that you
Yeah,
getting to say that, it's like that no one can take that away from you,
yeah,
right? Because you put in the work and then this is who you are. And that's
yeah.
why you're able to have that mindset shift is because you have results and tangible proof of going through that. And I remember you've had some struggles. Like, I remember even before you're like, I was never able to be consistent. I always saw this like I had to either go 100% or zero. Walk me through what that experience was working with us to go through that process and to shift. Like, what were some of the challenges? Like, walk us through for someone who's like, what is it like to kind of like, okay, Andy, I hear that you have the transformation, the mindset shift, but like, what did you guys do through that process? Like, walk us through.
I think the 24-hour support was really helpful. I think being able to be like, "You know, I don't like this, I don't like that. Let me hit up Dustin or Jen." And you guys were there, you know? It's not like I mean, I would text you guys were there. So that was a huge factor on just overall success. I had someone on my team, you know? I knew even if I was feeling down, hey, I don't like this, hey, I don't like that, I'm in a mood, like you guys were there. And that made a drastic difference. What else? I think the small habit building, that really helped too. Being able to just like the first week, focus on just logging. Don't worry about what you're actually eating, just focus on doing the act. Even the steps, just focus on accomplishing baby steps here, baby steps there. The weekly check-ins really help too. I think being able to dive in and self-reflect. We don't there's so many times in our life where we think we know ourselves, you know, but it's like, do we have time to actually self-reflect and what are our values? What are our goals? that doesn't happen often, so having to do that on a weekly basis definitely, I feel like, kept me grounded, like, what is my purpose? What am I here for? And it was the constant reminder of, sure, it's repetitive, right? It feels like, okay, I'm saying the same stuff, but does it I'm sure there's some psychological aspect in that of grounding yourself and reassuring in your brain that this is what I'm here for. So I think that really did help keep me aligned, you know what I mean? Or invested in the process. What else? I don't know. I just think the overall, I think just I
Yeah.
enjoyed a lot of the process. I know I
When
had
did you
some,
Yeah,
but
sorry. I was gonna say, when did you start seeing the change in the progress, whether it's like your body changing, energy, like what week did you start kind of seeing the transformation happen?
I don't remember. I mean, it was an 8-week program, right? About 8 weeks.
Like 12 or
12.
something?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
12.
say
Yeah.
12. Um, Maybe I don't know, I'd say the first month, I definitely I saw results, obviously, I feel like I had a higher fat level, so kept seeing results, but there was one, body scan that I did where, um, it was just a complete body recomp. I gained a bunch of muscle and I lost a bunch of fat, and I was just like, "Oh shit, like, this is doable," you know? And I think also the small decreases in the deficits helped. It wasn't a complete body shock of like, "I'm starving," because I think a lot of
Mm,
people think diets are starving, right? And it's like, "No, I've never eaten so much food my whole life." When you eat the right stuff, you can eat a lot of it. It's trippy. But I think that one body scan where it was just like a whole recomp, I was like, I'm doing the right things. I think that was the reassurance that I needed. I think a lot of it for me was obviously from surface level, I think it was obviously a lot of I want to look physically better and stuff like that. But I don't know where it mentally clicked. I feel like one day it clicked that I'm like, I'm in charge of me, like I'm invincible. Like, and that's how I still feel. I'm like, I got this. Even right now, I'm like, oh, I'm not in a deficit. I'm pretty much in maintenance, right? I'm like, but it's okay. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I know I'm still showing up where I need to show up for myself. And just being able to have that mindset of like, you're okay, you're gonna do good shit, you're in charge of your life. Having that control is like priceless. Priceless for me.
I love that. How's that played into the other areas of your life, whether it's you with work? Because I remember it's one thing that you really want to work on was your 8 to 5 was your identity. Like, I'm curious how
Yeah.
that played into your work, even with your relationship, relationship with your friends, family, like yourself. Like, how did that all change as well as the physical?
Well, learning how to invest in myself, I think, like, self-care is just crazy. Like, knowing that it's just like, I need to take care of myself in order to be good for everyone else. Looking within myself on, like, what I needed, what I wanted. There were so many I think there's different occasions where I'm like, "You know what? I can't do this because I need to go to the gym." Or I need
Mm,
to set time to prep my food. It just is what it is? And I think being able to set those boundaries within myself and with my relationship of like, I mean, there was friends that are like, I want to go eat, I want to do that, and it's not saying no, I can't eat, but can we maybe find a different activity? Can we do something else? And it was fun to kind of get creative. I think one time, like, our friends came over and we ended up doing like a hibachi night. And obviously, hibachi, yeah, there's a lot of fat, there's a lot of butter, but can I adjust? I did adjust, and it was fun.
mm,
It was better. I mean, it's still better than eating out. Eating at home, making hibachi is still fun and, I mean, cost efficient compared to going out, and I'm sure consuming more fat outside. So just I don't know, everything has really improved. I think just knowing myself, knowing my identity on, like, I'm not taking no shit? I know what I'm capable of, the sky's the limit, and yeah, just that mental clarity. Even with work right now, it's like I'm still performing really well in work, but I've definitely taken a step back. I'm not pouring into a company's cup that I know that they're I mean, they're making money off of us, but what am I getting out of it? I still have the same pay, I still have the same performance, all that stuff. So just being able to set those boundaries where after work, work is done. That's it. Now it's about me. Life changer. I'm not
I
moaning and whining about this happened at work, this and that, or if I do, happens for 30 minutes and we're gonna go to the gym and you know what I mean, mental clarity after that.
I love that. I think so many people need to hear that. That's like, why do we pour so much into a job that honestly like would replace us in a second? But what can't be
Yeah,
replaceable is our health and our energy. Like it's like we have it all flipped around, which is insane. Do you remember
yeah.
how much fat and muscle you put on from that scan? Do you remember?
I don't.
I'm like super curious to know, like, that body recomp.
I
I
don't,
don't
let
think I
me
saw it.
forgot. I can send it to you, but it was
Yeah, yeah.
really
So,
good. I can send you the yeah, and then I've been doing body scans currently, and it was
mhm.
like I'm still maintaining, I'm still losing fat even through the holidays. I was worried about the holidays for sure, because I feel like I wasn't really tracking anything. I wasn't just trying to be more intuitive with eating, and I lost more fat. I didn't gain muscle, but I lost more fat during the holidays and stuff. It was cool. I didn't do a body scan from like November to February.
Yeah,
Just enjoyed myself during the holidays. I didn't gain weight. I lost fat. And
that's
I was like,
insane.
and it was funny because I was like, "Oh my god, this is like VP Fit," you know? I had an whole epiphany that I was like, "I can still enjoy myself and indulge when I'm in maintenance." Because I definitely had worries of like, I'm gonna gain the weight back, right? But I was just
Yeah,
like but now I'm thinking, I'm like, "How much do you have to eat to really gain all that weight back," you know? When you're eating
yeah.
whole foods and stuff, it's like it's a trip.
Holy transformation. So you get to break that, like, and so you've been, and what's really cool is that you were able to maintain your progress even after graduating with us, which,
Yeah.
like, you gotta talk about that because a lot of people are really afraid to join because they're like, "Oh, I've tried a lot of different programs in the past. I've tried different diets. I end up gaining back all the weight." Like, this program is not the cheapest program. It's pretty expensive. Like, how do I know I'm not gonna get the results? But you're a freaking example of
Yeah.
someone who's, like, continuing to see progress in their life. Like, how do you explain that?
I think if you really want to commit to yourself, you obviously have to want it, right? There's that human nature of wanting to do better for yourself. I think it is a normal want, but to really show up for yourself by committing, I think that you kind of taught me that too of like there's one day or day one, right? Either you pick your hard, you pick your pain, and I think I was tired of feeling the pain of feeling fat and ugly, you know, just to be frank, you know? I
Yeah,
feel like even the mental, I was like, all I care about is work. All I care about is my performance at work, and that's my definition of success. Now, after committing with you, I definitely did I have anxiety? Did I have fear of like what the future holds? 100%. I definitely was like, what if I can't do this? What if I just paid for something where there's no guaranteed results, you know? But really, it's the results are within yourself. Being able to have someone to discipline and just kind of hold you to the standard that you know you're capable of, full send. I don't know. I really needed your guys' little nudge. It's not like you guys gave me any like crazy expectations of you're gonna eat 1,000 calories and you're gonna starve and but go do your workouts, you know? No, it was all reasonable stuff of like, do you think you can fit this in your schedule? Yeah, I already go to the gym and all this stuff. Can you make some food and weigh it out and stuff like that? Was it tedious sometimes? Hell yeah, it definitely was. If I could weigh my food and then I figure out how much I can eat all this food, I'm like, "Oh, why not?" I've even learned to really enjoy simpler cooking too. I think before I used to feel like, "Oh, cooking, I gotta do a whole recipe. I gotta do like or I gotta do something grand." And it's like, "No, you can really just grain, vegetable, protein, clean eating vegetables." It's like it's a trip on how simple eating really goes a far way and even I don't know. I just think there's been a lot of positive reinforcement that I needed here. And I think also being able to talk to other VP Fit team members on the channel where everyone is there, it's like it's really cool. I don't know these people. We live thousands of miles away and it's like
yeah,
but it's like we're on the same journey and we all really want success for each other. I think that went a long way for me too, knowing that I'm not alone. I think a lot of people always feel like you have to do a diet on your own and stuff like that. No, you can share recipes with people. You can share, you know, I even people ask me like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I started a program. Like, you got if you're interested, just let me know." You know,
mhm,
because and it's funny because I feel like, oh, I definitely have undermined this program on thinking that it's just gonna help me lose weight and then we're done, right? No, you still talk to me. You still talk to me. I still talk to you guys. Like, still doing good shit. And I think that this commitment is not. It's I mean, aside from committing to a program, it's a lifelong friendship, you know? Like, I tell you about your skincare. I help you, like, suggest you
yeah,
X, Y, Z, and then but I also know if I have any questions on regarding anything, I know I can hit you guys up, you know, and I think it's really cool.
yeah. It's amazing that, we get to create this community and getting to work with people like yourself who, like, have that high standard, who have that ambition, who wanna change, like, that's what it's all about. right? Like,
Yeah,
as long as you have the desire to change, like, you will find a solution, which is like, that's why you're successful. Because you knew deep down, you're like, I'm gonna find a solution somehow. I'm gonna find someone or a team who's gonna basically kind of have be aligned with me and like, let's go. Like, let's do it together. Let's figure it
yeah.
out. So dang. And with that note, like who would you recommend VP Fit to?
I think I would recommend it to anyone who really wants to commit to themselves but doesn't know where to start. I think I definitely I don't know. I definitely had hesitation joining the program, but I wish I never had any hesitation, you know? I wish I started sooner, really, because it just nothing negative came out of this. It didn't hurt. It didn't I felt good, you know? It was really worth it. But I think really if you ever wanted to invest in yourself and you're tired of your own shit, this is the perfect program to start. I think you're no fluff, no bullshit. And I think obviously personality type, some people like the fluff, people like the bullshit. But I think if you want a
Yeah.
straight shooter, you you can go to VP Fit, you know? No fluff and just honest truth, you know? I think that is what a lot of people need. I think there's so much misinformation on the
Mm,
internet too of like, just try this diet. Chat GPT can give you a diet. Yes, they can, but if you don't actually have that foundation on certain just I mean, your core values, what you really want, that constant reflection and that constant accountability holder, then chat doesn't matter for that aspect, you know? Now I use chat for sure. I use chat to help me make recipes and stuff. That's helped, but whenever I need you guys, I just hit you guys up instead, you know?
yeah.
Chat's not gonna tell me, get your shit together, you gotta do this, you know?
Yeah.
So
I hear you. Yeah, no, and then I love that, and it's I remember us talking, I was like, "Look, is it gonna be day 1 or 1 day?" I remember
yeah.
that conversation, and, I remember that clip for you, and what would you tell someone who's, like, on the fence of joining because 'Cause they're like, "Alright, I kinda wanna commit, I'm, like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out." Like, what would you say to that person who's kinda hesitant to like, "Oh, I don't know if I should do this."
I would say definitely pick your heart, you know? I
Mm,
mean, for me, I'd say my biggest hesitation was the financials, right? I'm just gonna be straight up. Financially,
yeah.
I didn't know if I could invest in myself in this program. But you were right that, I mean, what's the cost to invest in yourself? And this is a long, lifelong commitment of, yes, it's a 12-week program, but everything that I've learned in the 12 weeks are stuff that I've carried what now we've known each other for about a year essentially, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think really setting up the foundation, you guys help set up that foundation for sure. I mean, we set pillars. I remember when we started, we set pillars on what your values are, what you really want to accomplish here. And did I accomplish all of those? Yeah, I did. And even more, you know, I wasn't looking for mental clarity here. I definitely wasn't looking for like to feel like, you know, I'm on top of the world. But now I feel like nothing is gonna hurt me, you know? I think aside
And
from the
you
body, like the physical, you know, I just feel like
yeah.
we're gonna get through shit. Shit's gonna happen, and but the foundation is so strong, it's alright, you know? I don't know. I think just pick your heart, because I think it was definitely hard for me to live overweight, physically uncomfortable, live insecure, and now it's kind of like, sure, I'm not 100% where I want to be, like, the journey's still ongoing, but it's not as hard. It just feels like this is normal now, you know? It's normal in the way of, uh, I walk my steps. This is for mental clarity too. Like, I feel great, you know? I sleep great. I don't before I used to wake up all the time in the middle of the night and be, like, stressed out. I sleep like a baby now. And it's funny because I see my Apple Watch stats and stuff, and I sleep, like, it's very just if you think that this is just for, like, health and losing weight, it's not. I think if you really indulge in the program and take advantage of all the resources in the program, you can really extract your best self within, you know? And I
That's all.
think that even the financials for me, that doesn't matter anymore, you know? Like, I feel like I figured it out and I made it work because this is something that I really wanted to do for myself. And I look back, I'm like, I wish I never hesitated because it was worth it.
Man, I love that, and you really can't put a price tag on your mental well-being. Like, that
Yeah,
clarity that you have, you can't put a price tag to that, and the fact that you are able to invest that much into you shows how much high standard you have, because someone who doesn't see themselves as high can't invest that much into them because they don't think they're worth that investment. That's the
yeah,
difference between you. I invest like 20, 30K a year into my mental well-being and my, like, physical fitness. Like,
Yeah.
I think people don't realize that. Like, I'm doing a 3-day full on, and I'll share with you how it goes. I think you would be someone who really be receptive to it. It's a 3-day workshop that I'm doing here in a week or so.
Finished?
And it's just to continue to like strip ourselves of all these limiting beliefs. I mean, we're carrying generational trauma that we don't even know about, right? Because
Yeah.
like just with our that in order for us to continue growing, it's this ever going journey. Like this ain't stopping here. This is just a start. That was like you're gonna continue growing. You can't even imagine. Like imagine this was just the first step for you, Annie. Like that's how
Yeah.
I see it. I'm like, welcome to this side. Welcome to the side where you grow. That's why when you get to like probably be around me, Jen, you're like, wait, these are kind of my people. Like they just see the shit the
Yeah.
same way I do. And that's what it's all about. Like that's what we're really cultivating. And I love that you were able to come into this program and break through. Like freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. And yeah, I'm just super proud. And it's cool to kind of get it on a call with you and like just literally like you're a different person, like I said. I remember the first call. I remember I was at a Soho house and I had my first call with you. And now it's like,
Yeah. No, it's a trip. I even no, like, even looking back, I'm like, "Oh my god, we're meeting for a call." A year ago, it was like, maybe," you know? But I'm so glad it worked out. Like, I think that, yeah, the sky's the limit. This is just step 1, you know? And I think
hell
who
yeah.
knows what happens in a year. It's crazy because
Yeah.
it's just like I remember I started, like, okay, pre-COVID, that's where I started, or during COVID, that's where I really got my weight gain, and it's like
Hmm.
that was what, 3, 4 years, 5 years? And then
Yeah.
now it's like, look what I did in a year. What can I do in a time is really money, you know? Money's
Totally.
money.
Totally.
Money comes and goes, but time is really money.
Yeah. And you don't get your health back, that you can make your
Yeah.
money back, but you really can't get your health and your joy back. Because imagine if
Yeah,
you waited 10 years or 5 years and you're like, oh, it was a financial thing. Like, I'm always like, what's the money's worth, anyways? Like, look at who you are now. Like, that's,
100%. Well, I feel like
you
you
know?
also see a lot of people, I mean, you don't know when your clock is ending, you know? It's fucked up, but spend the money now. It will be worth it, you know? And I think
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell
completely
yeah.
everything was worth it.